What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and today I'm back to bring you those 40 facts on the world, the universe, the galaxy. Well, I should have said galaxy, then universe, of Warhammer 40k! So today we are diving into two awesome war machines of chaos, one being the Defiler, and the other one being the Soul Grinder. Now, if I were to start this chaos army that I've been talking about for the past week, which one in your opinion is better? Should I go with Defi or Soul Defi? Demon Defi, we'll go with that. Defilers look really cool, although I never really liked the way they played on the battlefield. I don't know if 8th edition has changed that, and it's like the opposite with the Soul Grinder. Soul Grinders look freaking awesome, but again, I don't know how well they do on the battlefield. So, let me know down in the comments, guys, which one of these two do you guys enjoy the most and why, and which one of these two is a better beast on the battlefield. So without further ado, guys, let's jump into Soul Grinder lore first, and then we'll talk about the Defiler. So the Soul Grinder is a demonic war machine used by the demons of chaos, and it is said to originate from the Forge of Souls. In demon armies, the Soul Grinder plays a huge role equivalent to that of a battle tank. It is well armored, and it appears to have 6 legs that is basically all spider-like with a humanoid/demonic upper body. There is a passing resemblance to the Chaos Defiler, but Defilers were commissioned by Ezekiel Abaddon, while Soul Grinders were created from the Forge of Souls. So a little bit of differences in their origins. Now, Soul Grinders possess impressive durability, firepower, and strength compared to that of other demons. In the plain ash outside of the Forged Souls, demons battle each other for the chance of fusing with mechanical constructs. Now, this is because, unlike mortal bodies, these steel and ceramite shells can sustain a demon in real space for pretty much forever, unless obviously they get blown up. But before being released, each new Soul Grinder must take the 3 oaths of the Iron Pact with the Masters of the Forge. So this is what the 3 oaths are. Number 1. All the souls harvested by the great blades of the Soul Grinder will be used to fuel the forge. Number 2. All the wrecked remains of all the war machines destroyed by the adamantium claws of the Soul Grinder will be offered to the forge. And lastly, number 3. Should any of the Chaos Gods attack the Forge of Souls and try to rule over it, the Soul Grinder must discard all their previous loyalties and fight in the defense of the Forge of Souls. Now, to me, this is really badass, because the Forge of Souls is pretty much like, hey, we're our own thing. Nobody has, power over us. Almost like a 5th Chaos God. Dare I say it? Malao? But no, that's pretty cool, because let's say if a Khorne tries to invade, all the Khorne Defilers basically gotta protect the, or Khorne Defilers. The Khorne Soul Grinders have to protect the Forge of Souls, which that's pretty cool. But anyway, guys, let's dive into the war gear of this awesome demon machine construct. The Soul Grinder is usually armed with a massive piston-driven claw, known as the Iron Claw, on one of its hands, and on the other is a large ranged weapon known as a Harvester Cannon. The Soul Grinder can also be armed with 2 Iron Claws, trading in the use of its long-range weaponry for an extra close combat powerhouse. The beast is also armed with a powerful weapon known as the Maul Cannon, which is actually a natural ability that all Soul Grinders share, as opposed to a specific weapon. Now, the Maul Cannon unleashes lethal warp energies through the creature's mouth, and the weapon vomits forth a torrent of burning warp flame, known as a baleful torrent. Or sometimes it just spits huge rolling masses of mutating phlegm at incredible distances, destroying entire enemy squads in one great blast. Soul Grinders can also continue this form of attack throughout its time on the battlefield, which is known as the Flem Bombardment. Usually these are more for like the Norgly-esque Soul Grinders, but there are also some Soul Grinders that are capable of using a whip-like tongue to lash out and sear the energy rays coming out of it. Soul Grinders can also replace one of their Iron Claws with a Warp Sword, which is a massive, ever-shifting blade of pure warp energy that is a physical manifestation of the hatred of this demon. Soul Grinders can also unleash bolts of energy from their eyes, known as the Warp Gaze. Now, all these abilities are usually kind of directed, or I guess manifested, if they are aligned to a Chaos God. For example, if they're Khorne, they usually have the sword. If they can shoot out energy bolts from their eyes, Zeech, that kind of thing. So unlike the tanks and vehicles of the Imperium, which are all mostly operated by humans, a Defiler is controlled by a demon. Chaos sorcerers use arcane magic to draw the essence of a powerful demon from the warp, and then they trap it within the rune-bound hull of the machine. Powerful spells of appeasement and pacification are utilized to keep the newly bound demon from causing havoc among the forces of chaos. Standing on 6 piston-driven limbs, the Defiler's hull supports a massive turret, which then houses the main armaments of the infernal machine. While Defilers are usually seen with large arrays of weapons, such as Reaper autocannons and Havoc launchers, its main firepower comes from a form of artillery-like battle cannons. There are often numerous variations of the weapon systems used. For example, Reaper autocannons can be upgraded to house twin-linked heavy bolters or even las cannons. In addition of being able to lay down a barrage of heavy fire, Defilers are also very terrifying at close combat. When a Defiler arrives on the battlefield, the techno-sorcery keeping it bound and peaceful is released, allowing the demon to truly enjoy the battle. As demons are indeed immortal and unconcerned for the survivor of the machine host, Defilers ignore hits that would kill normal tank crews, and they continue on their rampage for destruction. Of its 6 limbs, Defilers use 4 for moving, and 2 are arm-like appendages that are used to crush their enemies with their massive, scythe-like pincers. Now there are also 4 different variants of Defilers, one for each of the Chaos Gods, so let's talk a little bit about each one, starting with the Slaughter Fiends. So Slaughter Fiends are Defilers that are subjugated to Khorne's will, meaning that a freaking Khorne berserker gets on top of one of these guys and rides it like a steed into battle. Now that's pretty badass. However, usually the demon inside the Defiler doesn't like this, so they try to fight him off. And usually the Khorne berserker dies. But when that doesn't happen, this is indeed a terrifying sight on the battlefield, because now the Slaughter Fiend has renounced the use of its ranged weapons and is literally just going in for the kill in close assault combat. They're often faster than other Defiler variants, and they're always angry. Usually they tend to group up into a pack known as a blood pack, and nothing can stand in their way when they're all angry and just tearing stuff up in close combat. So now let's move on to the Death Guard Defiler, known as the Desecrator. So the Desecrators are in service of Nurgle, and they are an unstoppable force that is usually armed with a Vomit Cannon and Reaper autocannons as well as Battle Claws. They're a lot more tougher and resilient, and that's pretty much it. Next up we have the Debaser. So a Debaser is a Defiler that is perverted, and he is basically bound by Slaanesh. It's armed with a payload of sonic weaponry, including ultrasonic disruptors, a death wailer, and blastmasters, and it is always a very interesting sight on the battlefield. You guys can use your minds and imagination to see what I'm talking about. And lastly, we have the Deceiver that is in servitude to Zeech. So again, they're called Deceivers. Such vehicles, they have an array of confusing weapons such as Zeechian cannons, Ether cannons, heavy flamers, and warp flame battle claws. Basically, they're your standard Defiler, just with more shooty aspects to it. Generally, they're a little bit more accurate than the other Defilers, but that's just because they're being guided by the foresight of Zeech. Now, there is tons more information on the Defiler. Just go to the wiki page because you can find out the history as to why Abaddon ordered these guys into making, what it takes to create a Defiler, how to pacify the demons and put them inside of it. It's really awesome lore, but again, if you guys want more of that, check out the wiki page or the Lexicanum. Tons of lore on there, guys. Check it out. And with that, that basically brings us to yet the end of another 40 Facts video. I know you guys want some more epicness, in the shape of chaos, so I'm bringing you those chaos videos. We've also been talking about Titans, and you guys seem to enjoy that a lot, so check it out. Gershwin has like 3 or 4 Titan videos, and we do have a Titan playlist. So yeah, don't forget to make your suggestions known in the comments below. We do tally them up, and we try to get the most requested ones out to you quicker. And you can also send us your own custom fan lore to our Facebook page. We do get quite a lot of those, so it may be a while till we get to yours, but Facebook would be the easiest way. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Don't forget, guys, we post each and every day, so stay subscribed for more 40k videos. Also, we do tend to cover just a little bit of Age of Sigmar, roughly 1 to 2 videos on that a month, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. As always, guys, I'm the Sound Alchemist, part of One Mind Syndicate, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.